Hi, everybody, and welcome from the Lake Mead, my campsite. But I'm over here at Starbucks because it's 98 at campsite, and it's probably a nice 68 degrees in here. It's going to be a little bit noisy, but I was really committed. Notice the word committed to come to you today for something. As far as this is our weight loss pre-meeting, we have a private meeting in an hour, but this is my pre kind of get together with anyone that wants to listen in. And you are listening in because I'm seeing the table shaking here at Starbucks. I'm seeing people come and go and listen in. And so I know that you're out there. And thank you so much for the support, by the way, and encouraging me on my journey to lose 90 pounds, maybe 95, but I'm shooting for 90. And this week, I'm on target to hit my 60-pound weight loss. That would be either tomorrow or the next day. So I will be doing a victory lap uh, video for you. But I'm down. I mean, it's just like that close on the scale. And it's so exciting because I never, ever in my wildest dreams. And if you're this way, you think, oh, I'm just, I thought I was on my way to 250, and here I am losing. In my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd see this day in my lifetime at 77 years old. I thought that I was going to be a fat girl. And, here we are doing the victory dance. And the next year on June 10th, my commitment date, I will have the 90 pounds gone. I might even have them by Christmas according to schedule, but we know that on my second year commitment, I will finish off with a 90-pound weight loss, and then I will really do a victory video. But for right now, I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm satisfied with 1 pound a week. Our private group is there's 6 of us, and we're all on target. We claimed that we could do a pound a week, which was a doable thing, not 10 pounds in 10 days kind of thing, but a 12-week program. We could lose 10 pounds. Tonight's our halfway point, and we are all on target. In fact, tonight I will report yesterday I would have reported a 7-pound loss, but tonight, because of my little teeter-totter scale, I always take the highest reading, and tonight I'll report a 6-pound loss in 6 weeks. So I'm right on target. Some people are a little bit ahead of me, but it's not a contest. It's just what can you do and what you can commit to. And I do got some people that are going to be coming in tonight, but before they do, I want to just tell you a little bit what's in the hopper, you might say, what's coming down the pipeline for me. And one of it is that when I came back out of retirement, just not more than 6 months ago, because I knew that there was a purpose more in my life than just sitting and going to the beach every day. I was getting very bored with it. Then I saw this Netflix video this last couple of weeks called Live to be 100. And they were reporting that the people in Okinawa, one of the blue zones, they call it, where there's more centurions than there are at any point of the world. Okinawa is one of them. And one of the things that they told the interviewer is that they felt like at their life, over 100, they still had a purpose. One guy was making furniture, this custom furniture, and he felt like selling that furniture or being a part of the building of it, he still had purpose. One lady was still bending over doing her gardening, bringing up fresh vegetables, and that was her purpose. And so when I saw that, I go, well, that's me coming back after retirement and really finding a purpose, which is to help people, and that's only in the areas that I know about. And what areas are those? Well, I've been in business for 15 years, since 1974, so whatever that's 50 some odd years. I have some knowledge in business, so I wanted to share that with newcomer businesses. I've just lost almost 60 pounds. I want to help people, tell them how I did that, and if they're like 60 to 100 pounds they need to lose, come join us. We have a group that gave me purpose. And it just keeps going on and on. And every night I think to myself, oh my gosh, not something else, please. My plate's pretty full. And I only work on Thursdays, by the way. Today is the only day I work, but it's still pretty full. I keep bouncing this table in Starbucks here. And I hope it's not too loud for you. But anyway, so my purpose just keeps going on, and especially after I realize that these centurions live because they have a purpose. I'm going, okay, I can get a purpose real quick. So in the hopper, coming down the pipeline in the next couple of weeks to a month will be Spanish the easy way. And I'm going to teach you the 600 odd words that I know that I can puedo hablar en español con una persona que habla en español. Yo puedo hablar en español. And what I just said is like with the small amount of words that I know, I can still speak in Spanish. So if you go to Mexico or you need Spanish for your business or whatever, this would be the class for you. And I love, love, love teaching it. I've been in Colorado for 4 months, staying with a Spanish-speaking woman. She prefers speaking Spanish, so I think that's what triggered it because I was speaking Spanish every day, and I was like, whoa, I didn't know I knew that word. Whoa, I didn't know, and then I'd ask her, how do you say da da da? And now I learned a new word. So I was just aggregating my purpose in life, and I know there's a lot of people that wanted to speak basic Spanish. So I'm coming back with that. Then, as life would have it, don't ask me why, but I watched a lot of Netflix this summer, and one of the programs was called Quarterback. I was very receptive to it because I personally don't like football. I have a podcast that I do every Super Bowl Sunday called Not Super Bowl Not, and people come in that don't watch football, and we just kind of bag on football. And here I am watching this 8-part series on Netflix about the quarterback. Why? Well, I found out why. There was a message in that program that I was supposed to hear. And sometimes that happens, as many of you know. You're going down this path, you go, why am I supposed to be listening to this? Well, I was listening because in the quarterback, I saw metaphors of life, things that they had to do, asked to do, or purported to do, are metaphors that we do in our life. And as they inch their way down the hill or the yards, the field, so do we. And so do we want to have a touchdown. And so do we want to have a victory. And so do we want to win. It's part of human nature. So I'm looking at all this, and then I'm going to fine tune it. I'm going, oh, man, what that guy just said kind of reverts over to how I feel about this. Next thing I know, my little retired brain is going, quarterback club, quarterback this, quarterback that. And then it came to me, and it always comes in the middle of the night when God wakes me up and says, this is what it is, Patty. This is divine. And what came up was the quarterback, the QB mindset, because they do have a certain mind, which I saw that I didn't know before I watched the series. And that is the mind to have to make instant choices, make good changes in your life, and then commit. And that's my CCC program that I've been teaching all along. Choices, changes, commitment. So it fit right in that this person in life, this person that's a quarterback, has to make that choice. Just throw it to that guy or Hail Mary it or whatever. They have to make a choice. The coach is talking in their ear saying, don't do that. But they have to make a quick choice. They change it up, and then they commit to the play. That's our life. We have to make choices. We have to commit to those choices that we make. And then I didn't think this was the biggest part because I think they're all kind of the same. Then we have to commit. And commit is what this program's all about. And it's called the QB Mindset. It'll be launching next week. And I know to make a commitment, everything I do is kind of free, and I like to do free, and I like to help you out. But in order to commit to this program for 3 months, September 15th, October 15th, November 15th, and we'll finish up right before Christmas, I'm asking for a mere $10 a month, which is first and 10. Do it again. I like it. That's where I decided on the $10 even, because it's kind of a football term. And it's not that I need the money. It's not that I want the money, but it just so happens, and I know a lot of people agree with me, when you make a payment, you commit to it because you paid and you want that service. You pay Netflix $11.99 a month, and so you watch a movie because you paid for it. So that's the only reason why I'm charging for it. But you are going to get a lot out of it, and it's going to be next level. Oh, cheers real loud here. Oh, I picked all that up. Anyway, I hope you didn't pick that up. So that's coming out, and I'm going to talk a little bit about tonight. But I've got a gal that is training, got a business, but wanting to take her business to the next level. And she is probably one of the most perfect, quintessential people that I know that could be best served to belong to the quarterback mindset, because some people just doubt everything, and some people don't join, and some people just aren't suited for this. But this lady's suited for this, and I'm going to ask her a couple questions, even that happened today, that were just pretty doggone amazing. So we have Mel here she is from Ontario, Canada, coming in. Say hi to her. How you doing, Mel, over there in your new office? Is that your new office?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, look at that. Now, is that going to really motivate you to go in and work because you've got it kind of all set up now? Is that kind of nice that you feel that way?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, for the recording, we'll do a little backstory here. Mel is in a business training where she, is an artist, and well, why don't you tell us? Let's hear it from you, straight from you. What's going on? You want to go to the step up. In business, they call it scaling up. You're scaling up. So what does that look like? What are some of the things that you're doing?
Actually, it started out with niching down. So I was just making picture books and coloring books. First started out with for kids, but then I realized I like making coloring books for adults more.
Oh, really?
But I also have ADHD, and I realized that especially women in my age bracket, we're considered the forgotten generation. So, and that's because I don't know, baby boomers were too busy like trying to do life. But so things like that went by, and nobody. We were considered spirited children, and children who teachers hated to teach because we wouldn't sit still and talk to disrupted the whole class and whatever. But it wasn't until later on when it became more mainstream that us mothers who now have children who've been diagnosed realize that, dang, it came from me.
Oh.
So yes, so because of that, there's a lot of emotional and whatever things that tie into that. We all have low self-esteem and stuff because we thought we were no good at things, because we were always told that you don't complete things, what's wrong with you, and
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, so we have really bad self-esteem, and in my life anyways, that led me to go into different areas and be with different people that I would not have gone with had I not been in my mindset, right? So anyways, because of that, I've been on a journey of healing and accepting my brain, and I wanted to reach my fellow women and help them along that journey too. And one thing or two things maybe that I enjoy doing that help me focus and be motivated is journaling and coloring books. So that's what I'm intending to make, and then maybe I'll do a course or some kind of membership where we do motivational mindset. I also have a YouTube channel that I do motivational mindset videos. So anyway,
let's pitch that. What is the name of your YouTube channel?
it's My Best ADHD Life.
Oh, I love that name. I don't know why I love that name. Because it's such a positive thing. My best ADHD life. It's like, hey, I'm ADHD, so I'm gonna make the best of it, and yeah, I really like the name of that. Well, I'm gonna not lie, I have gone over to see some of Mel's videos, and whereas this isn't something that maybe right now she's going to make money off of or monetize, as we call it in business, but the fact, I think, I always get very intrigued by people that branch out and do stuff like this, because the other lady I interviewed last week, her and I were talking about our first YouTube for like 16 years ago. I mean, I have always loved this, but not everybody has loved it. And they've said, I can't believe that you're doing this, you know? So for me now, 16 years later, when I see other people doing it, I get pretty like thumbs up because you're out there doing it. Who do you know anybody else is doing it? No. And you might not have, that many followers right now, but that doesn't matter because you've committed to make these videos. It kind of releases something for you. I've watched them. And they're very, what's the word for it? Informative. Because you kind of question even like, oh shoot, like when you did the one on the closing the cupboard thing. I mean, I have been accused of that. People get mad at me. Can't you close the cupboards? But I didn't know exactly what you were saying, why you do that. Because you're so committed to making that, getting the spice out to make the steak or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't even think about it. And yet that really annoys other people. The other thing that I do that really annoys people is I leave my chair out. Because when I'm done sitting there, I'm off to doing something else. I don't care about the chair, right? But that annoys people. Can you at least put the chair back into the table?
I do that too.
What's that?
I said I do that too. Around to go to the bathroom. I'm like,
yep. So even though I know that I took the test, I'm not ADHD. I think, to be honest with you, Mel, we all have some characteristics of it in this day and age, wouldn't you say? Because there's so much stimulus coming. We didn't have social media when I grew up. We didn't have Netflix. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have all this stuff. So we got all this information coming in all our directions. So would it make sense that I call it binging when I bing, and I don't know what you call it. But when I bing, it's like bing. Elon Musk is on bing. Oh, there's such and such a channel. Oh, bing, bing, bing. And I'm binging all over. In the morning, I bing a lot. Like I'm over there making my bed. I go, oh, look at that. I got to go, and I don't, it's kind of ADHD-ish, but we this business owners, we call it binging. And did you bing this morning? And like, oh yeah, I got up and I saw this, and I did that. And next thing you know, you're leaving the cabinet open, you're leaving the chair out, and I'm going, okay. So anyway, bottom line is, for those listening, I took heed to what Mel was saying on her YouTube channel, and I think, to be honest with you, Mel, you might be there. That's your gift, and what you're going to do to spread your knowledge. See. That's your, like they said in the Live to Be Centurions, the Japanese in Okinawa have the ikigai, and their ikigai is to have a purpose in life, and all of them reported that. They all reported that they had a purpose: growing the garden, bending over and picking up the fresh carrots, making furniture. And yours might be right now that YouTube channel, and one person at a time. Even like me, I watch all your videos. You could be educating. And what a grand, purpose is that? To share your knowledge with somebody without wanting anything in return. I just love that. So I'm a big supporter, and I'm a big fan, and I get a kick out of your videos, and I kind of see a lot of stuff close to home. I sent one of my friends that is diagnosed with ADHD to go watch it. She might be one of your subscribers, I don't know, but just as a fan, it's fun to watch, and I give you huge accolades for doing it, because most people will not do what you do. They will not open up their heart and soul and all that to talk about themselves like that. So congratulations, on that. And we were leading up to, or I was leading up to you telling your story, and then some of the reasons why at this point now, why as you embark on this YouTube channel and coming to the 12 Weeks of Victory health group that I have, and following the business path, what's going on with you? What do you think's happening that's making you now kind of do some pivoting in your life?
I think the more that I research and study and get to know myself and forgive myself, I realized that most of my relationship with food has been because of my emotions. And Food's always been there. Food. I have a huge sweet tooth, so you know
Mm.
when I break up with a boyfriend, I have a cake. When when I don't finish something and I feel bad because I should have been able to do it, is what I think. Um, I need something to eat, so I go get something sweet. And so now that I'm learning all this stuff, and I'm changing my mindset. I'm also changing my relationship with food, and I'm realizing that um, I'm not doing myself any favors
Mm-mm.
by eating this good tasting stuff. And you can find pleasure or dopamine, as it is for me, um, somewhere else that is healthier. So because of that, I'm learning to eat just enough to sustain and not fill. You know.
Well, that's awesome. And that's kind of the topic of tonight. We're kind of at a pre-meeting before we go into a private meeting. And I wanted to talk a little bit about mindset. And I want to just say, for your own defense, to give you a pass card. In the year that I've been on my 1 year commitment, I've learned a lot from just watching YouTube videos. And most of them are doctors, scientific, and all this and that. My sister and brother both have diabetes. So you have diabetes. So we give you a little bit of a pass card in craving sweets. And we know now why you want sweets and I don't, because I
Mhm.
never grew up we didn't have money to have dessert. Dessert was something you do when you go out to eat or something like that. So I never got groomed on sweets other than, but if my mom brought home some Oreos or something, we would go eat the whole package before the rest of the kids came home because we knew we wouldn't get any if we didn't eat it right now. So I have a thing where I have to eat the whole thing of ice cream if I do sweets.
Mhm.
If I do them. But with the diabetic, I do know because of the insulin spikes and the glucose and all this scientific stuff that you would think, why would a diabetic be sitting there eating sugar? Are they crazy? But they don't understand that a diabetic actually will crave, crave like addictive drug, sugar. So you give them a pass card. So now we have Stacy coming in from, I think she's in North Carolina. Are you in North Carolina, Stacy?
Maryland.
I'm in Virginia
Maryland.
now,
Oh, all right. Well,
but
happy
I'm so
trails.
mad. I didn't. How long have y'all been in here?
Well, we're talking about Mel and her victories, and I just wanted to give her a pass card on the craving sweets because that is something that more than me anyway. She's got to really watch out for it because of her diabetes. Not only to eat it, but to watch that craving. So, where does that factor into what our subject is tonight, which is the question and answers about the quarterback mindset? I mean, where does that factor? We know it factors into the business because I've been coaching all day the business owners on the mindset. We know that it worked on my last year commitment of getting up to almost 60 pounds. Probably this week I'll hit the 60-pound mark. We know that there's a certain thing that we've learned that the brain can do so many things that we didn't even know even when I was born. 70 years ago, they didn't know some of the capacities of the brain. So now here we enter into this quarterback making some moves now. Mel knowing who she is and what she's got to look out for. Myself being postmenopausal and older, knowing what I got to look out for. Stacy's with us now. She's younger, but she knows through the last 2 or 3 years what she has to look out for in her journey. And we finally come up to the point where and I said this at the beginning, like when we started our 6-week program, we are brilliant. Not smart. We're not smart. Everyone's smart. Everyone's smart. Alex smart. They think they're smart. They get the encyclopedia, which is called YouTube. They're all no. But us, and anyone that wants to come into this mindset, we are brilliant. So that being said, if we're brilliant, and we claim to be brilliant, I'm not like just smart. I'm like brilliant. If I'm going to claim that, then wouldn't you make that first thing, which is part of the QB mindset, choices, changes, and commitment? Wouldn't that first choice be brilliant? The first part of the aspect of the quarterback is that choice. Now you get these little messages in your ear saying, "Oh, but that." I'm not even going to say it because I don't want to leave any suggestion. But that little thing over there for your birthday party that's got the brown stuff on it. Oh, that would be so good right now. Well, but my mindset, my choice says, take a little bite. You already know what it tastes like, so just take a bite to appease your radicalness right now. And so your mind just says, okay, I'm just going to taste it. And there's two things can happen at that point. You go, oh, shoot, I've been really good. I think I'm just going to go for the whole piece. How many times have I done that in the last year? Or you can say, no, I'm brilliant. I know what this tastes like. I'm not going to do this. So it's that first aspect of the brilliant quarterback mind, I should say, that makes that choice. And again, the diabetics of the world, or anyone with any metabolic stuff like I have, get a little bit of a pass card. You gotta stand up for yourself and say, hey, but what about what's scientifically going on in my body? Insulin spiking. You can't just say you're that hardcore. But you could be, in the quarterback mindset, you could be. But I'm telling you right now, that's that moment when the quarterback goes back and throws that Hail Mary down to the 50 yards down the line, and it's going in slow motion down the line, and you're not knowing if that person on the receiving end is going to catch it or not. And that's that moment for you, like, I don't know about this. As you try it. And it can go either way, right? The person can catch it, or they can fumble it, or get tackled, or whatever. So this is the beauty of the thing, I think, that was divinely given to me to spread this message. Because who do you know is talking about quarterbacks and mindset right now? Do you know anybody that's got anything on this level? No, I don't. No, we don't. But is it not so metaphorically perfect in life? How it happens in our life, what this person has to do, what you have to do. You have to make a choice. And you're going to have the consequences of that choice, whatever the choice is you make. You're going to have to take the consequences, whether it be good, bad, or otherwise. And I love that. I love that if it's going to be, it's up to me. I'm not going to blame Mel. There's nothing in this last 6 weeks in our weight loss journey that I can blame Mel for. There is nothing I can blame her for. And there's nothing I can blame Stacy for. Anything that I did, it's right here, and it's right here. It's on my heart, and that's it. So if that's not perfect, that everything else you can blame people on. Oh, well, the house is messy because you're, or But this one you cannot blame. What we're up to, you cannot blame. And I love that. I love that it's up to me. And we got a year to go to this commitment that we've made. And we're going to be there, and we're going to be stars, rock stars, and we're never, ever going back. I want you guys to talk a little bit before we end here, but I just want to say that I think the most profound thing that happened to me, that's now I think going to happen to other people with this quarterback mindset, and I'm going to go back and see if I can get it recorded off of Netflix, is that speech that the guy said when they were down 36 points or whatever, 33 points. And it was just as good as it gets, because it's our life. We are brilliant. We know what to do. We can do this, but yet we're weak, and we falter, and we miss the ball, and we don't, charge that guy that's got the ball, and we don't do all these things. So, we cut ourselves some slack here and there. And that's why we cut ourselves some slack when that binge comes, or that whatever that thing's happening to you, that metabolic thing's happening, we cut ourselves some slack. And then we go, okay, let's take the ball again and let's decide who's a safe one to sit, coach is talking in my ear, who we're going to send it to, and we make that choice. And we change it up sometimes, and sometimes we get in trouble with the coach, and sometimes if it works, they go, "Yay, good call on that! I'm glad you changed it up." How many times does that happen? You've changed something up, and they go, "Hey, good job on that!" Wow. I mean, I can think of a couple of things that even happened in the last couple of months for me. They go, "Hey, good," and I had changed it up right at the last minute. So, thank you, Mel, for always opening up and telling us, some of the stuff you're doing. Before you got here, Stacy, Mel was talking about her YouTube channel, My Best ADHD Life, which I think is the best name. We'll show you how to get that trending now. We'll help you get some subscribers and some people. We got to find that demographic market that will want to hear about that. It could be someone like me that has someone that might be diagnosed in my family soon. It might be someone that's already got someone ADHD in their life or in their family. It could be the person themselves, like my friend that I sent over to you. She openly says, "I've got ADHD. That's why I act this way." And so it's a good start. But I think personally, as you said, and I'd like to just hear from you one more time, what are your feelings when you do go live? I know it sounds like it's a little bit unscripted, but it's kind of like right off the cuff heart. What are you feeling when you when you close down the video? What are your thoughts?
When I'm done, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that I was clear in what I was saying and that people understood and I didn't sound like a bumbling idiot. And that somebody got something positive out of what I was saying, because sometimes I sound like I'm just rambling and ranting and because like I can stop mid-sentence and go somewhere else with my thoughts, and that's just, but that's the whole idea of that channel, is usually it's going to be ADHD minds watching it, so they're just going to follow right along. They're not going to what in the hell,
Mm-hmm.
and so yeah.
Well, congratulations, for stepping out and doing something that you in your heart feels right, and you're going to help people understand. I think if anything else, you're just trying to build an understanding, wouldn't you say? Like, I just want you to understand me and other ADHD people, but it really has helped me because I do know people, and also a little bit about myself. Even though I was tested, you just take the test because you think, well, I need to take that test.
Yeah.
But it didn't come out even close. But there are some tendencies, and I think everyone has some of those tendencies. When you say some of the stuff that, like the binging in the morning. I talked to so many of my clients that said, "Do you bing in the morning?" When you first wake up. And binging, Stacey, you weren't here. To me, we used to call it where you wake up and you go, "Okay, I'm going to go over there and make the bed." And then you're making the bed, and you look over and you go, "Oh, look at there's that comb on the dresser there. I was going to put that away." And then you can put that away. Bed's kind of 3/4 of the way done. And then you go, "Oh, yeah, that's right. I did put my coffee," and you're just binging. We call it binging. You just bing, 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 and then you settle down and you get into your work or whatever. But it's that first waking up of just, okay, come on now, finish the bed.
Yeah.
You put and you just kind of have to talk to yourself. So I know it, and I don't. If I went and got tested again, I don't care. I mean, who cares if you are or you aren't? Does anybody really care? I mean, I think self-knowledge is really important. You've learned, and somehow you were diagnosed, and I think that's really wise. And then to share it, absolutely. Oh, by the way, Stacy, did you see her new BDC? Can you show her, Mel? The
Yes, I'm liking it.
and what does it say?
Tiny.
What do they say?
It says blessed,
Wait, let me put you up full screen.
grateful,
Wait, hold on. There you go.
blessed, grateful, and thankful.
That's
So
awesome.
those are, Yeah, those are three things that I have to remind myself every day. And because too many times we get wrapped up in the issues around us and we forget that it all boils down to you were blessed and you should be grateful because there's plenty to be grateful for. I mean, I personally myself know that even though I'm not where I wish I was right now in my life, I am so grateful I am not back where I was when I was 24 because I was in an abusive relationship and everything else. So you have to sometimes look at the positive side of everything. And I've been training myself to, when I start thinking the negative, look for that positive, even if it's only like this big, right? Just one thing to pick out to pivot your brain. And because when you start thinking about positive things, there is no room for negative anymore. So,
Shove it out. Mhm.
yeah.
Before I end, because we're going to go into our private group in just a few moments, did you have any questions about tonight? Was the Q&A on weight loss as it relates to the mindset of a quarterback, which is pretty off the wall, but it's still kind of in there with this kind of thinking. Can you think of any questions you might have about certain instances that happen in your life that where your mindset might forge you forward in your journey?
I hope this is on the same line. I think it's important to have a cheerleader in the QBC, and because what was that one about the 10 miles? 10-yard line. You can say it, Patty.
Oh, when you say QBC, do you mean BDC? A cheerleader in your
No,
BDC?
QB, because I'm trying to do cheerleader and football.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean first and 10, do it
10
again?
more yard.
No, the cheerleaders on the sidelines.
First
and 10, do it again. We like it. We like it. First and 10. I mean, to me, that says it right there. Your team, your audience, your supporters are saying, we like what you're doing. It's only a small little fraction on down the line to the victory zone, but first and 10, do it again. I mean, to me, it's such a metaphor of life. I just like, duh, and so you have that support because one of my clients today on my private meeting, we were talking about this because, well, isn't like when the quarterback goes out, doesn't he have to, or he or she, whoever it is, have to think about this as a team sport? Oh, yeah. Team is your supporters. Team is your people that I wrote about on my page the other day. That was your soul knows who's supporting your soul knows who gets what you're saying. You can see that person gets what you're saying as opposed to somebody that's going e. So your team is your soul supporters. That's your team. So when you go out and do something as a quarterback, you're just a member of another team, but you just happen to be the person that's got the spotlight on you. And guess what? The spotlight is on your life. So you are the quarterback because this is your choice, change, or commitment to life. So it's just, to me, it's just so clear that we are all quarterbacks with a team around us, and we have to make the choice who to receive what we have to say. Does that answer your question, Annie, Stacy, or was that
Yeah,
a little?
well, it's just I think that the cheerleader is a part of the team, and I think that you're both a coach and our cheerleader, and I know you're not God, but I don't know that I could do this without you. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but
Well,
but
the thing is that
be the team.
I really like what you had to say because the cheerleader, it actually travels on the bus with the team. They are the team. They have the team colors. They have the team song. They have the team logo on their outfit. So yeah, your cheerleaders are part of the team. And this is why I think the QB mindset for us anyway, moving forward with our businesses and our journeys in life, relationships, health, whatever it might be, to get that little thinking going that way Let's get it going that way. That's why I want to do this program. And I'm going to do it for those listening and watching later for a starter of 3 months. We're going to take it right up to 2 weeks before Christmas. We're going to start it next week. We're going to make a 3-month commitment. And by the way, in that quarterback mindset commitment, there's another next level program coming just for 1 month in November, which we might want to think about as we get in our journey with quarterbacking, is the torque challenge. Remember that I'm not going to get rid of that torque challenge, because that's what's going to take us into a weight loss that we can maybe have the fudge at Christmas. We just give us a little bit of a buffer, So the torque challenge is going to be within the quarterback mindset, So I know I got all these little things going on, but right now I'm Ikaga guy that the Centurions in Japan are experiencing, which is a purpose on fire, and you get that purpose going, there's nothing that can tame it. You can tell me I'm crazy. You can tell me I'm off the wall. You can tell me that's such a bad idea, and nothing's going to stop me, and that's the way we want everyone to have that feeling, nothing that will stop me now. I got a Kagagai, or Kagagai, or whatever it's called in Japanese. I got a purpose. And that's what's going to forge us forward, I think. I really do. So anyway, I'm going to shut this live off. Thank you for joining us. And let's go over to the private meeting. And if you'd like to join the private meeting at some point, we're at the 6-way. We're at the halfway point tonight. And I almost think it might be too late for anyone to come in for 5 pounds. If they came in right now, they could probably guarantee 5 pound loss, but I'm not promoting it. There is room. We have 10 seat room, but I'm really not promoting it unless someone comes to me and just says, I missed out. But so anyway, let's take 1 minute to go over to the private conference, the link, and I'll close this one down. So thank you guys for coming. I really, really appreciate it. So there was another Thursday afternoon with the question and answers about weight loss, how we got to this spot. It's been a long journey. It's been a year and June, July, August. It's been 14, 15 months. But how do I say it? I had a little glitch there in my ear. I have enjoyed every moment of it. There's not a thing I would change. I ate what I wanted to eat. I partied when I wanted to party and all that. And now we're kind of going next level. We're going next level with the quarterback mindset. What it is really kind of just a substantiation of something we already know. We're substantiating it. We know we're brilliant, and I'm not saying that in a bragging way. We know as people on earth today, we're pretty damn smart. We know what we know, but we know where to get the information if we don't know. We can research all day long now. It's not just encyclopedias that we had to go look up in the old days. We have all kinds of information on the internet now that we can find out about stuff. So we're brilliant. And with that brilliance now, we can't just stagnate. We have to take it like next level. Not a hard level, but an easy choice. Change things up and commit to it. It's really makes so much sense for me anyway to go into the quarterback mindset right now, because I was given that opportunity in a moment of time, and I call them moments when divinely these moments come in. Some people call them aha moments, whatever. I just call them a capital M moment, when you're divinely spoken to and you're told, listen to this. What do you think about this? And when it's divine, you listen. And I've been on the Peace in Every Step program for a couple years. It's a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who gave out messages to the world on how to change things up. And just those sheer, sweet, not so difficult moments of meditation or something that you can do yourself has changed my life, changed my walking. My walking now, I don't just go out for a 30-minute pace or this, that, and the other. He says to go walk and look at the leaves, look at the billowing leaves, look at the rocks, feel the rocks, hear the sound of the rocks, look at the stream, sit down on the park bench, whatever. And you come right into that moment of time. And that moment of time is that time that's that pivotal point in the QB and the quarterback mindset. It's that moment when you have to make that real important decision. Now, it might not be important to me, but maybe just that decision on what to cook dinner or what to take on the picnic or that decision to not eat and fast or whatever that decision is, it's a simple solution and it kind of just substantiates, like I said, everything that we're doing. So you can see I'm very motivated. I'm very wanting to be into this and I want other people to understand it. I'm going to do the best I can to explain it because most people go, huh? Quarterback? How does that relate to weight loss? How does that relate to, business? How does that relate to my relationship? How does that relate to life? Well, it relates because it's a mindset. It's not about the quarterback. It's the way our brain is going to think and change things up and make those brilliant choices and commit. So thank you once again for joining me. Another Thursday episode here. I'm at Starbucks. Gotten kind of quiet, but we know that it's, going to get out the message out to people. And we will see and talk to you on the next episode next week. And thank you once again for joining me.